Greetings, hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Daniel Pineda.
Rich Masabi.
Here we go with another show. Hi, Rich. What's up?
What's up?
I'm getting
guys?
prepared for my reviews.
You're getting ready. Okay,
getting
we're
ready
all
as
getting
reviews,
ready. We
yeah.
hope you're getting ready out there in TV land. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Miss Adele is on vacation, on assignment.
On
Where is
assignment
she?
on a cruise,
Yeah,
apparently.
somewhere.
She's somewhere. She's somewhere.
on a
Maybe she'll
cruise.
We don't
call
know,
in.
but maybe she'll be back
Maybe
next
she'll
week.
call
We
in.
have news and community bulletin board to present to you. Also, news for seniors. Rich has his reviews. What's hot tonight, Rich?
You'll see.
You'll see. Stick around for that.
That's a great tease. Yeah.
And news for seniors, as I mentioned. And then Miriam, where's Miriam? Miriam is on assignment as well. I guess we don't know. So maybe they'll all
You're
be back
stuck with
next
us.
week. They'll come back next week and do the show, and we'll all take a
That's
week
right,
off. How's
that's
that?
right.
I like that.
Take
That
a
sounds
cruise.
good. All right. So but before we go, here's a social media reminder from Mr. Pineda here.
Absolutely, Craig. Well, you can watch us on YouTube, on youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News, and the number one. Or also you can visit our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News. So please visit us on our social media sites.
You bet. Thanks, Daniel. Here we go with the first of our items. Elections, of course. Well, you know, last Tuesday's elections are all over and done with now, and they were the talk of the nation. Most of the country was watching the race for governor. But here are some of the results closer to home that you may want to know about. The Democrats won seats from both state level down to the county levels. Jay Facette kept his county board seat. Rob Kupika, sorry Rob, Patrick Hope and Alfonso Lopez won their races in districts 45, 47, and 49 for the state legislature. There was no doubt as to how Arlingtonians felt about the need for housing and redevelopment authority in the county. 69% of those voting said no. That one was shut down. County Board Chair Jay Facette, Democrat, won 66%. Well, he's not the chairman, but he's a member. Won 66% of the vote. Congratulations, way to go, Mr. Facette. In the races for the House of Delegates, Rob Kupika, who's a Democrat, won in the 45th district with 74% of the vote. Patrick Hope, Democrat, won in the 47th district with 77% of the vote. And Alfonso Lopez, who's also a Democrat, won in the 49th district with 78% of the vote. So it looks like the Democrats were out in strong force on Election Day. Now, moving on to other news. Here's Daniel.
Well, that's right, Craig. Monday, that's November the 11th, is Veterans Day. Post offices, libraries, senior centers, public schools, most banks and federal and county offices will be closed to observe the occasion. If you're traveling that day, you should know that public transportation will have reduced services. HOV restrictions will be lifted and holiday parking regulations will be in effect. Only express mail will be delivered. Park grounds will be open, but administrative offices will be closed. All community centers except Arlington Mail will also be closed. Craig.
All right, Daniel, next in our news items here, well, some information on Design Arlington. Guess what? It's back. Design Arlington was created in 2009 by the Arlington County Board as a way to shine a spotlight on local excellence and diversity. The county's Biennial Design Awards program is open and accepting submissions from now until 5 p.m. December 2nd. Residents, property owners, developers, architects, and other designers can submit projects in new construction, renovations, additions, or adaptive reuse. To be eligible, a submitted project has to have been completed within the past 10 years. The submission must be on a CD or a thumb drive. Submission categories include residential, civic, commercial, historic, and public art. So for those of you interested in Design Arlington, it's back, and you can get your submissions in until, what was it, 2 December.
Design.
Design. Daniel.
Well, a lifelong Arlington resident who spent 2 years volunteering with the Peace Corps in Peru recently won a Peace Corps photo contest. Allison Foley's photo, Mundo Plays Baseball, won 3rd place in the technical merit category out of hundreds of entries. The contest commemorates the 30th anniversary of the Peace Corps Small Project Assistance Program, a small grants and training program for communities with Peace Corps volunteers. Congratulations to Allison, and we'll be back after we hear from Nort Beckerman and a Brain Healthy Minute. Nort, take it away.
Hi, I'm Nord Beckerman, the Brain Health Coach. Did you know that your brain is dynamic about the future and responsive to what you do or don't do, particularly in the areas of memory and learning? Your brain can be repaired, rebuilt, and possibly expanded at any age, but you have to keep your brain healthy. It's not difficult. Start with the foods you eat and drink. Stay hydrated by drinking water. Fight toxic oxidants by eating fruits and vegetables. Omega-3 fights tissue inflammation and builds new tissue. Cold water fish is great, but crushed flaxseed on salads or in cereal does a really good job. Eat whole grain breads instead of breads made with white flour or enriched white flour. Try brown or wild rice instead of white rice. Sweet potatoes are good too. If you're a meat eater, buy free-range, grass-fed beef. It may be difficult to find, but the health of your brain is worth it. And keep learning new things. I'm Nord Beckerman, the Brain Health Coach. I'll see you next time for a brain healthy moment.
Does dice still work?
All right, thanks, Nort. And don't forget, it's never too late to train your brain. Keep exercising and doing those crosswords and the Sudoku and that kind of stuff. Thanks, Nort.
Thank you, Nort.
Okay, here we go now, as promised, with our CBB, or Community Bulletin Board file. Art Underground is a vibrant arts and cultural center located in the heart of Crystal City's Underground Mall. You can check out what it's all about and celebrate their expansion at their open house that's coming up this Friday, if you're watching our Thursday night show, November 8th. Open house will run from 5 to 8 p.m. The entrance to Crystal City Underground, located at 2100 Crystal Drive. You'll be able to tour their new Studio Violet and attend the opening reception for November's photography exhibit. The photo exhibit is called US 17, Traveling the Scenic Highway. Art Underground has several features, including galleries, interactive exhibits, performances, and classes. You can visit them at crystalcity.org and then click on the Artful link to learn more about Art Underground. Sounds like fun. Daniel.
Absolutely. Well, during Veterans Week, the Central Library is hosting a free networking event and reception for veterans. Arlington Employment Center, Virginia Employment Commission, the American Veterans Committee, and the library are supporting veterans by providing access to career support groups, vet resource organizations, resume and job search help, and prospective employers. The event is on November the 12th from 4 to 6 p.m. Just give them a call at 703-228-5988 to register, or you can also visit library.arlingtonva.us. Greg.
Oh, there we go. All right, Daniel, and also some more information on the great libraries here in Arlington on November 12 from 7 to 8:30 p.m. at the Central Library. They'll be hosting the author, Arthur S. Meyer. Mr. Meyer will discuss history and implications of the Open Forum Lecture Movement. His theme is Democracy in the Making, the Open Forum Lecture Movement. That's coming up at the Central Library. More on our CBB file. Daniel.
Yes, on the weekends of November the 15th to 17th, Friends of the Planetarium will have their monthly public program. Every evening that weekend, they will have a feature, a digital program or lecture on cosmetic topics. Visit www.friendsoftheplanetarium.org or just give them a call at 703-375-9107 to learn more information.
Info. Okay, we'll be back with our News for Seniors file right after we hear from Rich Masabny, our man about town, with his reviews. Here's Rich.
Hey, Rich.
Thank you, boys. The Washington Ballet is doing one of the most popular of all ballets. As my friend in Brooklyn, New York used to say, oh, you mean Giselle? No, it's not Giselle, it's Giselle. Anyway, Washington Ballet performed this beautifully at the Kennedy Center this last weekend. They pulled out all the stops on this one, I'm telling you, including dancers in the training program. Everybody came out. It was something else. I was even on the stage. The story revolves around Giselle, who falls in love with the Count, and not knowing who he is. When she learns of his deception, she dies of a broken heart. Anyway, 4 of the Washington Ballet dancers performed the role of Giselle during the 7 performances. A wonderful show with a corps de ballet of 20 female dancers and so much more. The Washington Ballet, they don't disappoint you. The next event will be the Nutcracker, which will be from December 5 through December 29 at the Warner Theater in the district of 13th Street. Take my word for it. You don't want to miss that one. It's always a winner. Anyway, their phone number, in case you want details, it'll be on the screen, is 202, there it is, 362-3606. And that's for tickets and whatever. Or you can look up their website, washingtonballet.org. Now, what a treat. Too bad, I've never heard of them before. The LA Theater Works, LATW, performed only one night at George Mason University Center for the Art. Using radio techniques, including sound effects, the company performers stood before microphones doing the play The Graduate. You remember that movie with Dustin Hoffman and who else was in it? Anne Bancroft and Catherine Ross. I'm told this acting company has been around for a while, and they've been traveling around the world. They'll be back a year from now at the Center for the Arts. I have to drink some water. I hope you don't mind.
That's all right. Just water?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Bourbon follows it.
There you go.
All right. For more information on the season of the 2002-13 season at the Center for the Arts, I mean, they have opera there, dancing, everything. Call 888-945-2468 or check the website at cfa.gmu.edu. Signature Theater has a world premiere called Crossing by Grace Barnes with music by Matt Connor. The stage looks like a train platform, excuse me, with 8 actors and an interesting story concept. They portray different times of the century. For example, there's a mother and a young soldier, 1917, waiting for a train to take him off to war. Then there's a wealthy man in 1929 during the Depression, a civil rights woman in 1963, and so on. That's the way it is. We're all on the stage there waiting for a train. Great acting and singing. Austin Colby, Florence Lacey, Christopher Muller, Ennis Nassara, Tracy Lynn Oliveira, Nora Payton, and John Ray, and Chris Sizemore, and Peggy Yates. They're all wonderful. Crossing is directed by Eric Schaefer with musical direction by Gabriel Montagini. Goes through November 24. It's a wonderful show. Call the box office at 703-820-9771. Check the web, signature-theater.org. Good show. Excuse me again, I'm going to drink some water.
Oh, no.
I sleep out in the park sometimes. It gets chilly, you know. And anyway, the Keegan Theater, one of my favorite places. They do stuff near DuPont Circle in the district on Church Street. The Woman in Black. There's 2 actors on the stage. It's kind of spooky. There's a guy who plays Mr. Cripps, and then there's an actor guy trying to train him a little bit and how to read his lines better. And then you hear different noises, different stuff like this. It's in an old playhouse in London. It's pretty cool. But let me tell you, it's in the theater, so the show's pretty good between these 2 guys. And when you go down the steps, go down the steps of the theater, and you go out on the street, Church Street there, you know. If you look up across the street, they talk some regular people who live there to put this mannequin, looks like a woman dressed in black with a black veil over her in their front window. And nobody mentions it during the show. That go outside and you'll see this. But of course I saw it.
Nice.
So I told everybody. I was standing out there screaming. You know? All right. Finally, WSC Avant-Garde down on the Theater on the Run and 4 Mile Run is doing Billy Shakespeare's King John. William Shakespeare to you.
William to the rest of us.
Yeah.
You knew him personally.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I had dinner with him. It couldn't have been 2 years ago.
That's right. Excellent.
Anyway, King John is rarely played, you know, and there's so many wonderful actors in this darn thing. I don't know where to tell you. I mean, just so many great local actors in this thing, talking about different stuff. It's too much to tell you here in the time I got. All I can say is it's directed by Tom Pruitt, who's also the artistic director, and but the cast of people they got in there is wonderful. It's over there at 4 Mile Run. The phone number 703-418-4808. Excuse me. Happening again. I beg your pardon. Can't stop the tape, you know.
Keep
all right,
rolling. We're
yeah.
rolling.
Okay, rolling. But here is their website's on the screen. There it is. WSCavantgarde.org. And if you've never seen anything they've done, you'll like it. Thank you. This is Rich Masabny.
All
Here's
right,
to
Rich.
you.
Now we know it's just water, or, you know, you'd be passing it around. Thanks, Rich.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rich.
Okay, as promised now, here we go with our News for Seniors segment. I got my News for Seniors glasses on. I've had them on the whole show, in case you haven't noticed. And here we go with our first of our items. Well, if you have talent, and it's in quotes there, we would like you to know about this talent show that's coming up, the Seniors Talent Show that's coming up next spring. And then you'll want to attend their first meeting. They're having a meeting about this whole thing coming up on Monday, November 18th. Happy birthday to me at 10 in the morning. The meeting will be held at Culpeper Garden Senior Center. Ann Brock, the Office of Senior Adult Programs, she's a volunteer there, is coordinating this talent show. It will feature Arlingtonians 55 and older who have talent that they would like to share with everyone. For more information, give them a call, 228-4403 for that talent show. That senior talent show, 55 plus.
Very unique, right?
Very unique. Check it out.
Yes, well, if you're interested in the true cost of senior home care, then you'll want to attend this event at the Lee Senior Center. Stanley Dubile, General Manager of the Homes Instead, located in Falls Church, will present a free program on the issue on Thursday, November the 14th at 1:30 p.m. At a 2010s survey conducted by the Boomer Project on behalf of the Home Instead Senior Care Network found that 49% of family caregivers overestimate the cost of non-medical home care by an average of almost $6 per hour. To register for this helpful talk, just give them a call. 703-228-0555.
All right, Daniel, and also in our News for Seniors file, Arlington County Libraries provide free, FREE, specially recorded, unabridged books and listening equipment for the blind, handicapped, and homebound people. They also offer books by mail. Librarian Suchitra Miyata, that's a great name, will be at the Arlington Mill Senior Center on November 12 at 11 in the a.m. to discuss these FREE library programs. For details and to register, call them up, 703-228-7369.
Fred,
Daniel.
go ahead and say that name again. I'm just joking.
Here we go, Suchitra.
Yeah, well,
Suchitra Miyata. How's that?
that's pretty good.
Twice.
Good job.
I had that for dinner.
Oh, please, okay.
That's terrible. Well, Terrence Frederick, Vice President and Senior Financial Advisor with Merrill Lynch, will discuss the basics of Social Security benefits on Thursday, November the 14th at 4 p.m. at Langston Brown Senior Center. Frederick will explain the strategies for maximizing benefits, factors to consider before beginning benefits, how to apply, and additional resources to help in the decision process. To sign up for this free program, just give them a call at 703-228-6300. Greg.
All right.
You're having too much fun over here,
Too
correct?
much fun tonight. Here's some Medicare information now. Open enrollment for Medicare Part D, Delta D, prescription drug plans, and Medicare Part C, Charlie C, Medicare Advantage plans ends December 7. The annual notice of change is sent to all Medicare beneficiaries by mail. A Medicare counselor from the Virginia Insurance Counseling and Assistance Program will be leading an informative network session, an informative work session, session on Wednesday, November 13 at 11 in the morning at Culpeper Garden Senior Center, and again on Tuesday, November 26 at 11 a.m. at T.J. Thomas Jefferson Community Center. Seniors can register for either program by calling Culpeper Garden at 703-228-4403. And while we're doing shout-outs here, and first of all, thanks to Judy Masabni
Thank you so
of
much,
OSAP
Judy,
for helping us out and sending us these announcements. Shout-outs to belated birthday to Jennifer. Happy birthday to Avery. Thanks to Pat and Judy for watching, if you're watching out there, this edition of the Arlington Weekly News. And that's about it. Anything else to add, gentlemen?
That should do
No,
it.
nothing.
We've said it all.
And we're short. Well, we're about done here for tonight. Miriam, as we said, is on assignment. Hopefully she'll be back here next week, along with Adele, and we'll have another edition of the Arlington Weekly News. You know, I have a funny story. I have a funny story to tell you. But I don't know if I have enough time. I'm in the process of trying to get a passport. Okay, I'm in the process of trying to get a passport, and I have what I think is a birth certificate, but it's not. And so I'm reading through it, and it's just a registration of birth, but it's not a birth certificate. So I'm trying to call in and find out what I need to get. Well, I have to get a certified copy of my birth certificate. So I'm looking on the birth certificate, and they have my father's name and my mother's maiden name. And they have her maiden name misspelled. And all these years, it's been like that, you know. So they have it spelled Y-A-N-T-Z-Y, Yancey, and that's not her name. Her maiden name was Youtzy, Y-O-U-T-Z-Y. Strange name that it both begins and ends in a Y. So I don't know if I should tell them about this or not, because I'm about to send my package into them.
Too late.
Along with my check for $30 for 2 copies of my registered copies of my
don't tell
birth
'em.
certificate, so I can get my passport. So don't tell them.
No.
It's too late now. They know.
Well,
They know now.
They know if they're watching the show.
Yes.
But that's just a little bit of information there. Anything else you'd like to share with us?
Where are you going?
Where am I going? Well, this is for
That's
a
a good
trip that's
question.
being planned for next February. We're going to go take a little trip down to Mexico. I think Cabo.
It's very dangerous there.
Well, thanks for reminding me. Yeah, I just want to go to the islands. You know, I just want to go to St. Thomas, or one of the Caribbean islands. But they have this plan to go down to Mexico. So,
Why don't you go to Ocean City instead?
Ocean City instead.
There's
Not
water
bad.
there, yeah.
Not bad. It's a little cool there, though,
Yeah.
this time of year. You know, I'd sooner go where it's a little bit warmer. Yeah. But and also, by the way, the thing with the election now, did you get out and vote?
Of course.
Yes.
I've
You
never
voted.
missed a vote
Yeah,
since
we all voted. All right.
1954.
Do you ever tell people who you vote for?
Sure.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't care one way or the other. People know who you vote for.
I voted for Harold Stassen, Joel Broyhill, and Joseph Fisher.
And Doug Wilder. Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
Those are all. Well, so now we have a new governor, according to as of this taping, new governor-elect, I guess it is, for the state of Virginia, Terry McAuliffe, and the lieutenant. The one good thing I think about the elections is that all those negative campaign ads are done.
They're
We
finished.
don't have to suffer through them anymore about how people did such terrible things, to each other and stopped, these programs for, well, whatever. I'm not going to get into that, but
Yeah, right.
Is that another one of your funny stories?
Yeah, one of my funny stories. The negative ads are over, so that's a good
Yeah.
thing.
We
there
all
with the
agree
elections.
that they
And,
finally stopped.
Yeah,
thank goodness.
I voted. My
Yeah.
precinct is over at Taylor Elementary over there, so I got out and voted, and my candidate won. So There you go. Well, he's one of my candidates won anyway. But I was surprised that thing they asked about the housing. What was that?
Yeah,
one?
It was
got
the
turned
last
down.
question.
It was
It
turned
did,
down.
yeah.
Big
70,
time.
But there have been
70 some
three
percent said
prior-
no.
That question has been in the ballot 3 previous times, and every single time it's been
Oh,
rejected.
there you go. You're an informed voter. Did you vote?
Yes, I did
Very
vote.
good. Did your candidate win?
I can't disclose that. I'm not going to
Now,
disclose
you're one
that.
of those guys who doesn't like to tell, for whatever reason, you don't like to tell people who you voted for. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but I get razzed about it all the time at home.
I
because
say
they
I always voted
your
for-
guy lost, you know.
I always say I voted for the winner.
There you go. I voted for the winner. Good answer, Rich.
That's it, yeah.
Okay, now Hef has a song for us, right, Hef? No. Hef's over here on camera. Is that 1 or 3? Camera 3, ready for a song. Okay, it's time to go. We're getting a cue now for Mr. Bill. They're behind camera 2.
Yep.
So we stretched long enough. Hopefully our rest of our cast and crew will be back here next week, and we'll do another edition of the Arlington Weekly News. We thank you for watching, and next week you be there, we'll be here, and we'll do it all again for another edition of the Arlington Weekly News.
Thank
Have a
you so
safe week.
much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.